idea how to fix the screen even better. I've got an idea. Let me see if it works. Okay. What if, now I'm just saying, what if I took like, what is that? A browser window and went like that. Does that create a black screen? Oh, that's cool. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm just, let me turn on the Instagram. Maybe you guys will get an Instagram notification. If that works, okay. Dojal on Mars is up 5%. That's good. Great. I see this says waiting. I'm pretty sure I did the Bumblebee. Should I wait one more second before I click on the... I'm pretty sure I did the Bumblebee, right? I made a video of all the cool stuff I found in the creek today. It says one viewer is waiting. I'm just waiting to see. Hey, Ben Roach, what's up, buddy? I made a video of all the cool stuff I found, and it still says waiting. Hey, that's us. We're live. It still says 2 viewers waiting. There we go. We're live. Look at that. I like the way it snaps. So I was thinking about putting a black background behind this whole thing right here. I think I can do it. I think I can figure out how to do that. Look, check this out. Right? Look at this. And I could just go like this. I'm thinking like that, right? What do you think? You guys like that? And then I can do this. But it'll really make that text pop, you know? I think it really makes it. We should group all this together. We should group that whole thing all together in one group. I think that would be cool too. Let's see here. Okay, we're going to move this up all the way with the clock. We're going to take the clock there. Okay, this. We're going to retitle that, right? Call that, no. Where's the, oops. Change title. Where's that at? Hide. I don't see it. Can you double click it? Change the title. I'm confused. It's, where does it say window capture 21? Cancel. I should just be able to title that. That's really weird. I do it like this. That is so weird. Wait a minute. You just click inside it, right? And I change title. No, that is so weird. I'm so confused right now that I can't change the title of these, but I lost the chat messing around with this. Oh my God, where did it go? I mean, that it was there and now it's gone. What happened? Oh my goodness. Oh boy. I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh boy. I messed it up, man. I had it. Hey, Token Tony Z, I'm good, thank you. Hippie Chick, hello. Hey, Billy, this afternoon's ads were for a flamethrower drone and a pipe with a knife in it. A knife pipe. A knife. That's funny. Okay, let's smoke for 7:10, guys. I'm running a little behind. I'm sorry. I said I was going to go live earlier, and I was a little late. And we got to fix a couple more things, but I want to lock all this together in one. And I want to get this other thing fixed, and just bear with me. I'm a little confused right now. And I've got a great video of all the creek finds from today, guys. I had a lot of fun in that creek. All right. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. So quick and easy with a nectar collector, you know. Okay, let me fix this. That works great. Almost. Well, it's doing that weird thing again. Here we go. Now, why can't I rename these? It's so weird. Rename. There it is. Rename. Okay, we're gonna call that one Rumble numbers, right? Rumble number. And then we'll call this one the Restream chat number. Rename Restream chat number. Right? Now we're going to move that one up. Okay. So we're going to make this all into one group. We're going to group all of this. So I'm going to hold down Shift or Control. Okay. My bad. Hold on. Okay. No, that didn't work like that. What is this? Okay, that can move down. Cool. And Rumble chat. Okay, great. And the orchid we don't have to worry about. So I think I've got everything now. It's this, 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 and this, and this. All of those. Now let's group that. Right? We'll right click on it and say add. Is there add to group? Group. Group, and we'll call this one banner. Okay. Now, it's a group, right? If I close it, I can still see everything. But let me see if I grab it. I don't know, that's kind of weird. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. Oh, shit. Oh, man, this thing is still not in the group. I left this thing out of the group. I forgot that. Okay. Let me try this one more time. I'm going to try to group all this together. Okay, right click. Add to group. Create new. Add to existing? No. You're not going to do that. Just call it banner all caps. Okay. Now, is it all a group? No. Oh, why is that? Why didn't I group that all together? I'm so confused, man. This shouldn't... Oh. I have to probably take that out of a group to make it work. That's probably what I have to do. Okay, it's cool, man. I'm just like, I want to lock them all together in one group, and I tried to. I selected them all, and I added them all to a group. I called it banner. But it doesn't look like they got... It doesn't look like it worked. Ungroup. Ungroup. Group. Ungroup. Okay, let's try this again. Ungroup. Okay. We're going to try this one more time. We're going to try this. Oh, dude, what happened now? What happened? I'm so confused. Okay, hold on. So basically, I'm just using the black from this screen right here. Like... Oh, God, it's not working like that. Like, I'm just using this background right here, man. Like this. And I got it all set up, and then I messed it up, and I don't know why. So, okay. It says window capture 25. That's the background. Rename. Okay. Background. Banner. Okay, great. Now, let's try to group them now. Okay. Group. Okay, add group. Call it banner. Call it banner group. Yeah. And say okay. Now, does it work? No! Why? Why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it work? This is so weird. Look, what else is group that's not working there? That text and that text. Do I have to click on group? Group selected items. Group selected items. Dude, I'm so confused. Ungroup. Okay. You would think I could just group all that and move it all around together. You think I could just select them all, right? And they'd move together. Like if I clicked on it like that and held control and clicked on this one and clicked on this one and this one, this one, this one, this one. But it won't let me click on the texts. Still, see, look, it moves that, but it... Oh, there's my dog. Where is he, man? Here, let me go let that dog in. Hold on. Good boy. You can't get through anymore, can you? Did you check it out? Hell yeah. That's what's up, son. I'm quite proud of myself. So you guys might remember I told you the ligustrum tree fell over. There was a limb that fell off and broke back here. It was a big one. I got a picture of it. And I said I can't go out there with my hand. I'm gonna have to hire somebody. I can't go out there with my handsaw because you know my arm and shit. I went out there with my handsaw and I did it and I cut it all up and I moved it all over there under the hedge so Rogie cannot get out now. Jason Morton, I keep missing you online. Well, you got me now. Love your show. How's your day? It's going good. Sticks Mom, hello. What are you doing? Is he not engaging his audience today? Sad as fuck. Sticks, I'm here. Sorry. No, I'm engaging my audience, but I'm telling you guys stories and I'm trying to hey Kind Brew over there on the Instagram. I'm trying to Insta Slim. I'm trying to group all of these things together right here so I can move them all around at the same time. I should be able to turn... Oh, those are locked! Boom, I got it. That's what was up, guys. The locks were on. All right, let me try this again. Add. Group. Banner. Okay. I'm so sad. I'm so sad that doesn't work, man. But, I mean, now, can I just click on them? Can I click on everything like this and move it all? Yes. There we go. Okay, that works. I can do that. I don't understand why I can't group all these together and move them all together. They should all group. But that's nice, huh? That's nice. I can do this. I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. I could do this. I could slant it over to the side and put it inside the amplifier over here. I could make it follow my finger. Look at this. Hey. Go up there, you. Go up a little higher. Go up a little higher. Yeah, right down a little bit. I like it there. There, I got it. That's nice, huh? That's a nice little sign, right? I'm sorry that took me so long. I know it's time to smoke again. Are you guys ready to smoke with me? I've got a nice video for you guys of me showing you stuff that I pulled out of the creek today. And it's actually really nice stuff. I mean, the kind of shit that you can put in a fucking display type shit. I got beautiful, beautiful things to show you. So here, let me run over to my YouTube channel. It's the main channel over there on YouTube. It's Nay's Garden. It's got 25,000 subscribers or so. My videos. Destiny's Live, I see. I wonder if he unblocked me on Kick. I could check that. It'll just say you're blocked in the chat. It's really sad. You are banned. I'm still blocked. Okay, that sucks. Hopefully he'll unblock me on Kick. Okay, so here it is. YouTube. This is, I need to change the title. I misspelled wood. Okay, I know that's a tough one. So this is exciting. Let me turn my sound on. Off. Now let me turn it on. It was on. I don't know. For some reason I thought it was off. And this is the HD video. 1080p. For your viewing pleasure. Here, let me pull this up for you. Okay, that should be okay, right? Yeah, that's it. right, guys, here it is. What's up, everybody? Sometimes I forget how fun it is living here and working out here. Just get into it, and I get into like another mindset when I'm doing yard work, working in the creek or whatever, and I don't film it, you know, and I just kind of forget it. It just kind of gets, you know, blended away into all the other daily things I do every day. But I spend a lot of time outside working, and you know, one of my favorite things to do is get in the creek. Whether, you know, it doesn't matter what I'm doing in there, but I found some beautiful things in the creek today. I just want to share them with you really fast. Check this out. Look at this. How cool will this be for an outdoor planter? Look at that. Is that gorgeous? Look at this thing. It's already naturally a planter. It's already got plants growing in it. Isn't that funny? So we're going to put plants in there. We'll put some dirt in there, and we'll put some plants in there, some flowers, and that'll be like a nice little outdoor flower box. Now look at this thing right here. Look at that. A big old piece of wood, man. Getting etched in that sand. I just thought, man, that thing is cool looking. I found that. I found all of these, man, and these are all really nice too, especially these two. This one piece right here and this piece right here is actually really cool. That one's not bad either. That one's not bad. There's this really nice texture and a nice kind of wood that once this dries out, it's going to be beautiful. So I have to let them dry out, so I'm letting them sit out here in the sun. You can see we hang them up on the walls. We use them around. We've got a little meditation table set up. We've got them back here tacked up, and we've got room for more, you know, and we're gonna put some more creek wood up because we just think it's so beautiful and we love it. But this is what I really wanted you to see. I also found these rocks in the creek. Now these are rocks from a purchase my father made years ago, and I took these rocks and I built dams all up and down the creek and stuff, and they got covered in sand and they got lost, and I recovered these. And I was looking at it, I mean, they're covered with mud right now, but they're gonna be really fun to clean off. So I figured I'd clean them off and let you guys watch the beauty. Right now I've got this set for like a very light rain. Nothing too hard. I don't have the pressure turned up. Now for these rocks, man, we can go super hard, you know, and I will. So I'm gonna go back. This was the pressure right here. This is the pressure I use when I'm cleaning the wood off. You can see there's already some. This one's nice and green, and this one's got some red and orange on it. But let's go ahead and turn up the hose pressure right here. See the creek back there in the background, all flushed out. All right, here we go. Let's see what we get. Wow, there's a fossilized shell right there. That's cool. Now this one's got some really nice texture to it. Look at that. Wow, that's a cool one. This one does too. Really coming nice. You like that, hippie chick? Thank you. How many channels? Stix's mom wants to know how many channels. Dump the rocks out too. 12, 13, something like that. On 7 different platforms. The wheelbarrow while it's standing up like this. Now there's still a lot of areas on these rocks that I missed. We're going to get to that here in a second. We're going to flip them over and see what we got. Okay, here. All right. Let's see how dirty the other sides are.
Oh yeah, still muddy as hell. This one's got some shell. Oh, this one's got a lot of shells in it. Oh, wow, wow, that's awesome, man. Fossilized shells. Oh, so happy to find that. Okay, and then this is the side that has to be cleaned. Okay, so we're just gonna, oh wow, man, this has got fossils all over it. All of these do.
Boing bombs. See the peanut.
My father bought these rocks
Megsy, what's
40
up?
years
In
ago.
Australia, time
and
brew.
put them on
Splish, splish.
the side of the bank, and they not only did they look beautiful, you know, but they served a purpose. They helped keep the erosion from the creek eroding our property. It was a beautiful solution to a ugly problem. And well, here's some more dirt right here. Look at this. Let's get to that too. And unfortunately, you know, I had taken these rocks and played with them, and I treated them like they were toys, and didn't realize, you know, they really do have some nice value. Just the fossils in them are just really beautiful to look at. So let's put these out here on the brick here. Maybe give them a final rinse. And look at how beautiful they are.
Is that limestone? That one green one might be. That one right there.
And this one. This one's got shells all over it. This one's crazy. Wow, the fossils are just gorgeous on these. Let me just rinse them off one last time here. Oh, this one still has dirt on it. What do you know? Look at that. This one's full of dirt, actually. Here, let's flip it over. Make sure we got it all.
Your channel, Top Streaming, thought I'd check out. What's your channel about? Top Streaming? All kinds of stuff, man. You should subscribe to it and check it out, man. I do random things, but we just have fun, and we talk a lot about cannabis.
Wow.
And, you know, improving your life. Without me trying to freaking sell you a DVD set.
Okay, there we go. Those are amazing. And this one, when you flip it over, it's got those fossilized shells all over it. Here, 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 here. Oh, wow, here, everywhere you look. And this is interesting that it's a white bottom here on this one. And this one's just pretty, really pretty colored with this orange color all over it. Oh, here comes the sun. That's beautiful. So we want that sun to come out so it'll dry off all of our branches here. All of our... Oh, look, there's a lizard, man. He's stealing the show. The lizard is stealing the show. Here, a hawk. Here's the real show stealer, though. The beezel. Right, beezel, little beezel. Anyway. It's a heck of a find. All of this today. I found all of this today. All of this. In just a span of a few hours down there having some fun. So... that's my passion, man. I love it.
And I hope you enjoyed watching it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye. Hell yeah. That's fun for me. That is fun for me. So we could do some more dabs. I could pull up Destiny, see what he's talking
People are
about.
paying this. My sisters paid that price, and they paid back. So you're just saying, like,
Oh,
and
that guy.
yeah.
That guy's such a dick, but that's the guy that called out.
Examples of me and my sister.
Wow, Zono, thanks for the
That's the guy that called Destiny out on his NFT shit.
Honestly, this is why I don't fear Doc.
And Destiny just kept telling him, "You don't know what an NFT is. Tell me what. Why don't you tell me what an NFT is?" And the guy couldn't. It was so funny. Let's do a dab. This is gonna be great.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, that's the real glass right there.
No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. I'm doing a big fat dab. Watch this thing fill up with smoke. Cheers.
Rage. This video literally nuke the Gaza Strip and kill 2 million people. I don't know if that qualifies. He's right. It would qualify as a Holocaust. What? Hello? Oh. Wait, come back in like 3 hours, okay? I love you.
Okay.
Ladies, and you want to treat them right, and I think that's great.
That's right. Ethan, you're trying so hard. If you're not aware, we travel a lot. We're here in Miami. We're in double dates all the time.
Walter, you've had sex with 1,000 women, you claim.
Maybe it could be more. Could be less. The point is, though, Ethan, you don't know how we operate. You just assume because that's all you do.
You haven't
Assume.
had, so you've had sex with 1,000 women, and then Myron, you've had sex with, was it like 450 or something about that? You had the exact number, like 450.
Yeah, it's like four something. It's like
You
almost-
count each one? That's creepy.
How's that creepy?
You have like a kill list? Like, what are you doing? You catalog every woman you have sex with?
You know, that's interesting because your partner Hassan sat down right next to a girl that cataloged the dick size, the amount of guys, the
What does
names,
that have to do with me?
this other shit. Well, you partnered with him and did a podcast together, bro.
I don't know anything about that girl. I don't give a fuck.
Right. And you want
It's
to
weird.
hands?
Yeah, you know what? It's weird what she did. That's weird.
You partnered with that guy, right? He's
No.
your friend?
Well, he
He's
didn't
your
do it.
friend?
She did. If
He
he did it, it'd be weird.
Check her out.
If he did it, if she did it, it'd be weird. If fucking Abraham Lincoln did it, it'd be weird. If you know what I mean? If Myron Gaines catalogs 447, I mean, how long is that list? You got like a whole fucking Torah scroll of girls you fucked. That's crazy.
He said
You
Torah
went out like a
scroll.
cartoon character.
Fucking Billy. He said Torah scroll full of women you fucked.
He's even more critical of Israel than me, and you don't call him
Fucking
anti-Semitic.
props,
Well,
bro.
yeah, he's,
Respect.
yeah,
You've got an entire Torah scroll. That is hilarious.
it might surprise you to know, but being against Israel doesn't make you anti-Semitic. When did I mention Israel? I didn't even mention Israel when I was accused.
This
of
is fucking good shit, man.
I know.
This is good shit.
Wait.
Even if the guy does wipe his ass from
Why is it
fucking
weird
back
to
to
track
front,
who
which
you've
is
had sex with? I don't think
stupid
there's
as
anything necessarily
fuck.
weird with that.
This is good
What makes
content.
it weird is if you're sharing genital details with people that know the people. That's pretty weird. Am I debating Sean King somewhere? January, February, March, April. On the 1st of April.
April Fools.
It's a shitpost retard.
It's an April Fool's joke, dude. I tell you, but you got me
Oh, I don't
blocked.
fucking know. April 1st. Oh, can you do April Fool's jokes beforehand?
Yes. And you just got
I don't
punked.
think it works that way, but okay.
It did work that way, and it was
You
great,
would know.
and we all
And that's
loved
what I'm
it.
critical of. Not Jewish
And
people. The Nation of
you
Israel
should
is what I'm
know
critical of.
that.
So now
We
what's
all
The joke?
realize
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. How is that a joke?
Because we're all laughing at you right now.
And so Hassan is an anti-Semitic? Cool. Neither am I.
That's
and
why.
He says way more stuff than I do about that conflict.
What has he said about the movie Europa?
What? Did you watch it?
You're so funny. I mean, listen, I haven't read Mein Kampf, but
Look at what they said underneath. Upon completion of the debate, all participants will be executed. That was a different tweeter, wasn't it? This is a different guy. Okay, I don't think. Oh, okay.
I know it's not good.
It's alright.
Have you read Mein Kampf? How do you know it's bad?
Have I read Mein Kampf?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Then is Mein Kampf a bad book? Is it?
I mean, I don't know. No, you tell us. Have you read it? You should read it.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
read
it's, I mean, it's about Hitler. It's about Hitler's dreams of basically world domination, and that Jews are the root of all the world's problems. It's a prelude to the Holocaust.
Did you read it?
What do you think about
No,
it?
I literally started this conversation with saying I haven't read it, Walter.
So then what are we talking about?
Okay.
What the?
You're like a goldfish, bro.
Oh, I saw the video, Billy,
Well, I've been meaning to ask
of
you something.
Rappaport.
Of all the
I saw
professionals,
it.
the fact that you're actually a podcaster blows my fucking mind.
All I'm going to say is if you're going to call me anti-Semitic for being critical of Israel, then you got to call your
I didn't criticize you for saying one thing about Israel, man. You're conflating you being a neo-Nazi with being a critic of Israel, and it's stupid.
Well, that's what I'm critical of is Israel. So clearly I'm not anti-Semitic by your logic. Thanks.
You're really dense.
I'm not dense at all. I'm just saying, like...
I don't even know. Okay, you got me. You got me, buddy.
Again, I'd be really careful on answering questions. I don't know what Mein Kampf is about. Do you? Like, I don't know how much of Mein Kampf is dedicated to anti-Semitism versus Hitler's general anxieties or issues relating to his own life versus history of Germany. Is Mein Kampf... my understanding is I don't think Mein Kampf is just a whole book about Jews, right? Pretty sure there's a lot of other stuff written in here as well, no? But I don't know, I'm not sure. Because it's... Yeah, he tried his coup bullshit, he got imprisoned. I think they released him because of political pressure, I remember.
Unreal.
How long even is this?
Was it caused by being working on butt chugging Adderall? Does he grind his jaw too?
Is it like triple spaced? In the house of my parents, years of study and suffering in Vienna. Holy shit. This is a true manifesto writer. It's an autobiography written in the 20s? Bro, he wasn't even the big Holocauster dude yet.
So, all right,
Okay,
well,
so just...
because my girlfriend's my condom, so we're in an open relationship. I know you're saying, like, that's...
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah, leave.
I feel like any guy that thinks he's in a one-sided open relationship is probably in a two-sided one. The girl just doesn't tell him. That'd be my assumption, but I don't know, man.
Please, everybody, I love you all. We will. And I feel so disappointed when I see like a content creator who I think is like decent, has made good videos, just completely fucking cast aside their values for admiration demonstrated towards a guy who I don't think deserves it, especially in a moment where he definitely has demonstrated that he is intellectually outpaced, outmatched.
He even knows the Vosh memes. Hassan is disappointed that Timbo on Toast praised Destiny's debate performance, says he has cast aside their values. Damn.
You can't tell if H2 grinds his jaw because he has Tourette's.
If I don't know if Jim Crow would have qualified for it, but that doesn't make it any less. Excuse me, Finkelstein, I'm talking right now. Excuse me, Finkelstein, I'm talking to your friend over here. I don't know if it would have qualified as the crime of apartheid. Just like if you see what just happened, that so cute. Look.
You just posted a clip. Why'd you link me this? Why would I just want to watch a clip of myself reacting to that? I was here for this twice. Okay. What is it about you that makes people agree with your reasoning but refuse your conclusion every time? 4chan leftists always like that. Well, because a lot of people, unfortunately, probably even a lot of my own audience, people will agree with my conclusion And if they like the conclusion, they'll pretend to agree with the reasoning, but they don't really care about the reasoning. They'll just agree with it because it agrees with their conclusion. But then when I do a conclusion they don't like, then they'll, kind of works that way.
Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it.
Country. That'll be the least of it.
It's a wild
That'll be the
it's a
least of it for the
9/7
country.
as well, which is kind of annoying, but
He always touches the microphone. He's got
That's
a
gonna be the
microphone.
least of it. It's
Trump
gonna
has
be
a
a
microphone fetish.
Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath.
because he could be talking about any number of things beforehand, so it's cringe.
It's going to be a
Let me know
bloodbath.
second clips, guys.
It's his hair, Billy.
correlates with males. So the number
I'm confused. How are you top streamer with 7 people?
On this one, okay.
I don't know because
with male suicide. So the number one thing that correlates with male suicide is
I don't know, I
not
got more
depression.
than
This
7.
is super scary. There's one study I saw recently that suggests that 50% of men who kill themselves have no history or evidence of mental illness. And this, I believe the statistic in my clinical practice because I know what depression looks like. I know what bipolar disorder looks like. And half the men that I work with, at least, are not actually mentally ill. See, mental illness means a pathology of the mind, which means that the mind is malfunctioning. Most of the suicidal men that I work with, their mind isn't malfunctioning. They genuinely have a life that is no longer worth living. They're looking at things and objectively realizing that there's no way out of this situation. So they turn to suicide. So I know it's kind of like a very controversial statement, but I think that's what my clinical practice has shown, and there's some research to even back that up.
it's pretty dark shit, bro.
I understand making a strong statement here to illustrate that the problem isn't just to convince them that their lives are good, but the problem is we actually need to change the direction or the trajectory of people's lives. But I still don't know if I would. I feel like if you're committing suicide, except for in exceptional circumstances, I feel like there has to be a mental illness at play. Except for in like exceptional circumstances.
Because they're fucking dead. Yes, for real. Destiny really rocked me.
I had 3 friends who committed suicide. All of the men, 2 were married, 1 had a 4-year-old daughter. All of them had lots of close friends. 1 was a highly paid surgeon. Life's not worth living is bullshit intended to pander to a social media audience. It's kind of what it feels like, yeah. That it's like an extreme statement for, I don't want to say for clicks, but like, it's a hyperbolic statement to get eyes on your statements, basically, yeah. Destiny, you going to look at the bigger context of the bloodbath Trump quote? No, I don't really give a fuck. I just wouldn't trust it in second clips. People are saying there's more context for it, but I don't got plenty of stuff like today. I'm here to exonerate Trump for being a retard. Thanks to the 10 gifted memberships, nobody special. Sounds like a fulfillment issue. Yeah, it sounds like if you're in an area, so like for instance, I believe that people can get to a point to where their life is not worth living. But in order for you to think that your life is not worth living, I think you have to have like some kind of mental illness going on. Except for, like I said, in some circumstances, like if you've got extreme failing health, such that you're just like in pain all the time. Like I said, there's some exceptions that I can understand, but for the most part, I don't think. I think it means life's not worth living is a conclusion people arrive at after a lot of thought rather than a malfunction. I disagree. I don't think that's the case. Something is fucked in your brain then, because there's just not, humans acclimate, a healthy brain acclimates to an unbelievable amount of stuff. Like even, I've said this before on stream, I think I said this yesterday, even people who are like handicapped, like you can lose both your legs, you can become quadriplegic, you can have shut in or locked in syndrome, and even these people's happiness will acclimate surprisingly quickly. So the idea that you've done some rational analysis of your life, you're like, wow, I need to kill myself. Something is not working here. I think something is not working here. I can't tell you what
with your life is worth living, but I can tell you that there are a lot of people you can help if you stick around, and if you commit suicide, you're walking out on all the people you could be helping. Okay, that's like the worst. Fuck that. Fuck that. That's cringe, I think. You don't have an obligation. If you genuinely hate your fucking life and want to blow up, whatever, I don't think unless you got like children, sure, but. See, Mr. Girl and Lab did a podcast about you. Yeah, I heard, but I don't want to give them any attention. They're boring. Everyday life for many people is mundane, and that mundane existence isn't one that people today want to live. I mean, I disagree. I think that there are other reasons why people think they don't want that lifestyle. I feel like that comes from a lot of social programming as well. Literally, the first topic you guys talked about in your second session, I wonder if his opinion has changed. There might be, if we watch the rest of the video around this, maybe he pads us out a bit more. What could be an example of a rational suicide? I think most of it would come down to like medical.
Cussing bingo, Pastor. You're hilarious. You think Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to be the president?
Something that I could understand you wanting to die.
You're so funny. We can't stand the way he talks. We can't even listen to him for more than just 2 seconds.
That'd be my guess.
No, we can't stand it. I can't listen to him anymore.
So it wouldn't surprise me if most people that kill themselves.
Sounds like he's trying to pass a goddamn gallbladder stone while he's talking. A kidney stone.
Yeah, so I think the main thing that
a gallbladder, a kidney stone and a gallbladder stone simultaneously. That's what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. sounds like when he talks.
No, I'm good. I don't want to watch all this. Not that much. So except the rest of life will be miserable and lonely while it's watching
no,
everyone
thank
else
you.
have kids and wives and live happy lives while it's being a loser working for $18 an hour at a dead-end job. Yeah, I think that there's like other stuff. I mean, like there are other things you can do with your life. I just the problem is that I think the thing that would drive you to suicide there isn't like a rational analysis of your life. It's that there's other things socially that are pushing you to feel unfulfilled or unhappy or something else like that. I think that's like the issue. Because so for instance, like the easiest example of this is what you might consider a mundane, horrible life. A lot of people throughout time and history, and even on the planet today, would kill to be in your position. Like if you were to go to some kid in some fucked country where it's either starving or ravaged by civil wars or standards of living are so low, and they're like, listen, you can swap places with this American person, but I gotta warn you, your life is going to be quite mundane. They'll be like, okay, and? Like, I'll do that in a heartbeat, right? So I think that if you feel suicidal, it's not because you're doing some rational analysis. There's a lot of like social factors at play here too. Not to say that doesn't make the social factors fake. Like, you can still definitely have those feelings, and the social factors are really to drive you in that direction, but yeah. It's literally his business. If you want some larger context,
It's a cup and handle.
That isn't how people's brains fucking work.
He might be going up.
You know what my life
Would it
is?
not just be a byproduct of social media allowing enough, allowing people to view other successes, having a shit enough life while seeing everyone else doing well type of shit? Yeah, I think that could be a big thing that would play into it, 100%, yes. But then it just depends on what you consider a rational analysis or not, I guess. Like, let's say somebody DM you, they're like, I'm coming to kill you tomorrow, and it's going to be excruciatingly painful. And let's say there's no reason to believe that person, but for some reason you do, and then you kill yourself. Is that a rational decision? Well, it really depends on what we mean by rational at that point, right? Because it is rational if you believe that to be the case. Maybe it would be rational.
In our case, the most sensible out of all of them will stop the mess in the country.
Okay,
just listen to my voice, and I'll teach you how I'm gonna change everything here in the United States.
You'll look at these people
and make everything better.
But now we need to stop for a second.
RFK sounds like he's getting fucked by a rhino.
When you as a human being are not allowed to articulate your suffering. I've worked with
all we need is love. 50 years late, you old hippie.
Yeah,
Deer Slayer, she's funny.
I'm hurting.
Hippie chick.
And the parent smacks him across the face.
Grumbling or RFK
so
Jr.
lucky.
is a
You don't realize the
spoiler, so
sacrifices
no
I
one
made for
reaches
you.
required
It's traumatizing to the child when they say, I am suffering and no one listens. This is what we're doing to the generation of men. People are saying, realize the sacrifices I made for you. It's traumatizing to the child when they say, I am suffering, and no one listens. This is what we're doing to the generation of men. People are saying, I am suffering. For 100 years, men have been killing themselves. 80% of suicides are men. The most dangerous thing for a man under 45 is themselves. And these people have been literally killing themselves because no one has been listening to them. So in the same way that you grow up as a child in a household that's abusive, where no one takes you seriously, no one listens to your suffering, and now we even have successful men who are not allowed to complain. So the psychological impact is the same. Anytime you have a human being who is suffering in some way and they cannot find connection with another human being, they cannot find compassion with another human being, that person is going to feel isolated. And if you look at the statistics on suicide, it's very interesting. So the number one thing that correlates with male suicide is not depression. And this is super scary. There's one study I saw recently that suggests that 50% of men who kill themselves have no history or evidence of mental illness. And this, I believe the statistic in my clinical practice because I know what depression looks like, I know what bipolar disorder looks like, and half the men that I work with, at least, are not actually mentally ill. See, mental illness means a pathology of the mind, which means that the mind is malfunctioning. Most of the suicidal men that I work with, their mind isn't malfunctioning. They genuinely have a life that is no longer worth living. They're looking at things and objectively realizing that there's no way out of the situation. So they turn to suicide. So I know it's kind of like a very controversial statement, but I think that's what my clinical practice is showing, and there's some research to even back that up. So if we sort of look at what's going on with men, we're sort of, they have nowhere to turn to, and the number one thing that correlates with it is not mental illness, but it's a sense of thwarted belongingness. So this is kind of like multivariate regression analysis. But basically what happens is what causes people to kill themselves is they try to connect with others and they get rejected. So it's specifically a very specific research term called thwarted belongingness. So I try to belong to a group, and that group, or multiple groups usually, will thwart my attempts to join the tribe, to join the community. And this is what actually correlates a lot with suicidality. So what's going on with men right now is that we really don't allow them to suffer, because then you're not manly. And we're so externalized with our attention that we're not connecting with ourselves. And so we're looking to other people to tell us what it means to be a man. But that may or may not work for you, right? That may have been what worked for them. So then we kind of get into this problem where we're disconnected from ourselves, and then the world doesn't accept us, we're not allowed to suffer, and that's what creates the problem.
What is the remedy to this?
If something horrible happened to you, God forbid, thanks for putting that in. Like paralysis, do you think you'd eventually get over and accept it, or would you want someone to euthanize you? I mean, right now I feel like I'd want somebody to euthanize me. But I mean, like I said, all the data shows that even if bad things happen, eventually you just kind of get used to it. So, yeah. Yeah, I feel like we really people used to meet people a lot more in real life. Again, I know everybody wants to talk about feminism or red pill or I don't know, whatever, woke shit or whatever. I really do think that the internet has fundamentally changed so many different ways about how the world works and how we relate to people and everything else. And I feel like people don't talk about that as much as they should be. Maybe because the internet change happened both gradually and incredibly quickly at the same time, such that as more and more internet stuff was introduced, we didn't really notice it, but it's completely and totally overhauled every single facet of our existence, such that even me, who grew up without the internet, can't imagine life without the internet. I think I've joked about it on stream before, where it's I don't know, as kids, I don't know how the fuck we ever found or hung out with each other ever. Because once I leave my house on my bike, I can't know where my friends are. I don't have a fucking phone to call in.
It's already got a hole to hang it on a nail.
Places. We all managed to hang out together. We all managed to travel and get food and go to the right house.
Two holes if you want to hang it like this.
I just don't even know how it was possible. Because you're lost in space. You're shot out of a cannon as soon as you leave the house. You're untrackable. You're lost to the wilderness. Yeah, the internet has fundamentally changed so many aspects of our life.
So I think the first thing is
there was that weird dating chart I saw that where so many different ways of meeting people are now just being exchanged for online stuff. This goes to 2017. This is a statistic. I don't know where this study comes from, but I should dig into this and look at real research and see what the actual shit says. But I see stuff like this posted over and over and over again. That meeting through friends always used to be the most common way. You just through friends of friends is how you'd meet dating partners. But this online stuff is just dwarfing everything. This is the most extreme one that I saw recently. Or no, this was the most extreme one I saw recently. This is showing around 60% of people are now meeting online first. I think it's similar to how if you try to go back to pre-fast travel games, it breaks people's brains. Maybe, yeah. No opinion laid it off well. I think people like
like to watch Destiny because he doesn't understand at all the continuous negative thoughts due to the reality of situations. He always seems larger or happier than life. Okay.
Yes, I have a booster seat and I like it.
There are a variety of reasons why.
It's actually I'm on a couple of cushions, you know, for my back because I sit in the seat so much.
That is possible, but I will say that of all the areas that I've gravitated between in my life, between working poor people, middle class people, and wealthy people, the most suicidal people that I ever knew, were middle class and upper middle class kids. Always. It was always those people. Now, it could be that working poor people are also super suicidal and they just don't talk about it as much, or because in those environments it was a lot of men, so they didn't talk about it as much. But like girls who had double doctor parents or lawyers for families or whatever in high school and college and shit, these were always the people who were talking about suicidal, who were on Prozac, all these things that they were talking about. More so than when I worked at like McDonald's or the casino or the carpet cleaning job. I never heard those types of conversations there ever. You kind of just like did your shit and it was just like what life was. Now, but again, it could be that maybe people in those situations just don't talk about it as much, and maybe people more in school did. But I know that for a long time, all of these feelings that I have right now, by the way, are
Hey, bad golfer, good drinker.
There's no research. So I could change my mind on this, by the way, in 2 weeks. So be warned. But I feel like, in my mind, I feel like feeling bad. I'm not saying like clinical depression, but in my mind, feeling really shit about your life is the product of two things. It's the product of comparison, and it's the product of, I was going to say boredom, but I would say more specifically like lack of fulfillment. Lack of fulfillment / boredom. Maybe three things. Those feel to me like the biggest products of, or depression is like a product of those things. Not depression, I'm sorry. Feeling really shit about your life. Yeah. Because when you're poor and you're working all the time, like if you've got a lot of time to sit around and do nothing, and you see other people advancing in life or whatever, and you're just like kind of unfulfilled and you're kind of bored or whatever, but like all of your basic needs are taken care of, it seems like you're more prone to fall into those thoughts. But I could be totally wrong on that. I think I tried to look this up before because I was curious on the data, and the data contradicted my opinion because I think the more poor you were, the higher likelihood you had of things like depression. No, but I think the data would technically back that up for suicide because I think it was older men and people that live on Indian reservations are the most likely to kill themselves. So technically, we're kind of assuming those people are bored or alone, which I think they tend to be, but yeah. Since most people don't have those things in order, and it is very hard to get those things in order, doesn't that make Becky's argument with them not leading lives worth living ring true? I think most people have like things like food and home and stuff in order. In terms of like working poor and struggling, I'm not sure. But it's also weird too because we're talking about, I think we have to be careful when we conflate things because right now Dr. K is talking about, I don't know if he's talking about all men or young men. He sounds like he's talking about young men, but when we cite suicide statistics and we look at how men are dramatically killing themselves more than women, I think that's largely because of men over 40. Suicidality by age and gender? I think. Let me see if I can, let's look at this.
You guys like that? A piece of wood? That's one I found today.
That's for 100,000 resident population by suicide in the U.S. So the 25 to 44,
I found today in the creek.
banding. I'd much rather see like up to 30 and then 30 to 40 or something.
It's really beautiful. This one is really beautiful.
But
super
almost
beautiful.
half of all suicides are just.
I can't believe Destiny thinks he's smart. You know, it's like he doesn't get everything right, and
no, wait, these don't add up to 100. Hold on.
When he's wrong, he doesn't like admitting it.
I'm sorry. Can I see this percentage-wise? 50. This would be 54. This would be 54. This would be. Okay. So, I think like, what would we say? About 70% of all suicides are 45 and older, and then 30% of all suicides are 15 to 44. I bet that this.
That's almost exactly what that piece of wood looks like.
But I can't tell. But, yeah.
The sun is hitting
it. This would
it.
largely be because of loneliness. That's what I've read that, but I don't think in a study. I think just in articles.
It almost looks like a piece of bone.
Especially if you get divorced or if the kids move
Military
out,
brat. Are you retired? Yes.
Or you're a widow and nothing's going on in your life. You just kind of die because you just kill yourself because you're like fucked.
because I think men have a really hard time building social networks and building out friendships and everything, whereas women tend to do a lot better at that. Women
Military
do it so
brat,
much
yes.
better that if you're a man,
I'm
one
retired.
of the now I'm not gonna say one of the best things, but I think a good thing you can do for your health as a man is just getting married, because men that are married tend to commit less crime. Men that are married tend to live longer and healthier lives, and this is probably causally linked, because if you take a man who gets divorced, he'll go back to being unhealthy or having a higher propensity for crime and shit. So it's not just like, oh, well, healthy and men that don't commit crime tend to get married more, although that's probably part of it. But even if you break that link and they get divorced or widowed, then I think that the criminality rates increase and the depression or loneliness rates or suicide rates increase. But look at figure 2.
Trump Babblehead and Up Phone are the ads I just got to watch. Says I'll be back, lol.
I think our definitions of working class are different. A lot of the working class guys I grew up with had extensive criminal records. But
I got this one giant piece of wood. It's fucking
so many guys
beautiful
have
out there.
a
I think it might stand up on end. I haven't tried. It's heavy, and I just want it to
most of the
dry.
working class people I knew didn't have
And it's gonna probably take a day or two because it's not getting direct sunlight. They really only dry in the sunlight.
I don't think those always go together.
So I'll probably just have to wait till tomorrow for the sun to come out and hit it again, and hopefully it'll get to a point where I can start, seeing. But it's not as nice as the one that I got on the table over there. Remember that really nice one? That one sits on the table inside there.
I guess maybe it feels different.
It's nice. It's
Happy
a
St. Patrick's Day.
beautiful
Is it really today?
piece of wood that I found in the creek.
I think isolation is
When
comfortable
people
such
see it, just like this one over here.
You get used to it and change becomes scary.
When people see it, look at the one right over here sitting on the bar.
It becomes comfortable. I think that the problem
You
is
see that big one laying on across the bar right there?
break it and that hump can be paralyzed.
It's like you wouldn't believe that I found that. I just fucking found that in my fucking creek, but I did.
Decision paralysis. No, I feel like there's a name for this. It has to do with like discomfort preventing you from making decisions. So like, if you can measure.
I still have a
It's
treat
like
for
measure
you,
your happiness or something
in
on a
exchange
graph.
for the cat pea wood.
It would be like, this is where you're at right now.
Back says, oh.
And if you make a decision or if you have to go through some friction, it's going to fuck you up a little bit. But then after you get through this, your life is going to be way better.
You
But
did not
this
like that wood that
hump
I
right
sent
here,
you.
or bump or valley prevents you from ever getting to up here. You won't do this thing because you're going to have a.
I just had the wrong kind of wood for you.
This just fucks you. Analysis paralysis? I don't know what it's called. There's a name for this, but it's hard to break the mold of isolation. Incredibly difficult. I feel like the problem with isolation isn't that it's hard to break isolation. Breaking isolation is probably actually really easy. I think the problem is the people that tend to get isolated are that way because of a long life of a lack of development of certain types of skills to not be isolated. Like if you take a relatively social person and you stick them in a new city or some area, they can probably make friends with you. They'll probably go out and be okay. But if you take like a person who's lived as a very isolated person their whole life, and then you give them like 5 or 10 friends, and eventually they lose those to attrition or whatever over time, they won't make new friends, right? I think the issue is the skills and everything you develop along the way just aren't there for people that are super isolated. And then I think the really difficult thing is once you're out of school and once you're out of like childhood shit where you're forced to be around people, if you haven't developed those skills yet, you're really, really, really fucked. Because now the only friends you could possibly get are coworker friends. And then depending on how your job is set
You
up,
have your
might
online
just-
ministry, Cussing Pastor, on YouTube. Right
I'm
on
not
Cussing
saying you learn
Bingo
those skills. I
Pastor.
don't know, I feel like you learn those skills over your entire childhood, adolescence.
You have a lot of followers over there?
And then if you don't have them by the time you're graduating college or in the work world, you're in dire straits. Why do you think suicides dipped during COVID? I don't know. Maybe the world was more interesting. People had shit to look forward to. It was less mundane. I'm not sure. I would have to see like where they all dipped at too, like what the age range was and everything. Then isn't what Dr. K said making sense if you haven't developed those skills? Yeah, kind of. I feel like sometimes people look at people have a particular thing they don't like. So in this case, it might be wokeism or feminism, and they want to use that to explain all the ills of the world. So they say, oh, like young men aren't being spoken to by all of these people, which is like kind of true. But I don't think that that's why people feel so horrible, that they just need like a role model on social
People are
media.
saying such trollish shit to Destiny in the chat.
The landscape of our world.
The things they're saying to him.
It's changed a lot. The internet and cell phones have fundamentally altered literally every single part of your
Does
life.
sexting your mom
Every
count?
single part of your life is fundamentally changed in ways that make it unrecognizable to how we lived, what am I, 35, even 20 years ago. It's unrecognizable. Like, you don't understand, when we played games as kids, we would like have like a fantasy of like, imagine how sick it would be to have like an actual mini-map in real life, and every single person has one on your phone, like stuff like that.
Billy and Hippie Chick and Token Tony Z and Deer Slayer. I've got 4 people that have said something in. Is there anybody still watching on Rumble besides those 4? Let me know in the chat, please.
All across the world on some stream, like yeah, like everything is just so unbelievable.
Figure we could do something later tonight. You guys see how nice this looks right here? Like this? Boom, boom, boom. You guys like that? Uh-huh. It's all nice and pretty, man. And now with this,
all you've said, and still think suicide is always due to mental
right
illness.
this,
I don't know if I would say mental illness. I just think that
we
like
got
something's
all that. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. We should do this.
that's happening that somebody needs to break out.
Look at that.
Table 1, leading cause of death in the U.S.
Yo, Edwin. Okay, we got Edwin. That's 5 people. Anyone else? Anyone else? Because it says there's 19.
10 to 14.
Because I could go outside and watch my wood dry, which is way more exciting than this.
I guess.
Because nobody seems to be in my chat.
That is, actually.
I already said Token Tony Z.
Makes sense. Because from 10 to 14,
I said
nothing
Billy,
really should be
Tony,
killing you,
Hippie
right?
Chick.
You're not in very many dangerous environments for people to be killing you, and you shouldn't really be dying of diseases at that age.
I'd 374 on Instagram, maybe.
That suicide would be up
Deer
there, and
Slayer.
non-intentional injury would be number 1.
I said Deer Slayer. At Aza. Oh shit.
How do you think your piano learning would have changed if you would have been diagnosed / medicated for ADHD?
Hippie Chick.
Ooh, I don't want to do a cringe ADHD is my superpower bullshit, but the hyper-focus autistic bullshit might have helped me learn a little piano early on. Because I remember I grabbed the sheet music there was a website called OC Remix where you had piano songs, or people make remixes of video game music, and there's a piano song called Genova for classical piano, and I learned that whole song.
Hippie Chick. So we got.
That was an autistic.
I mean, in all reality, guys, it says there's 19 viewers. We've got Hippie Chick, Aza, Edwin, Deer Slayer, Token Tony Z, Billy Valentine. Six.
That was like the most autistic thing I've ever done in my life. I think it took me like 6 months. It's just fucking the most retarded thing ever. I don't know if I would have done that. If I would have medicated for ADHD, I probably would just learn piano better. I would have started with something different, probably. Maybe, who knows?
Cussing Bingo Pastor never responded to me. IDE 374 isn't talking on IG. I was just wondering, you know, for a bunch of people. I like to keep it at an hour. All my favorites, that is true. My favorites are whoever's here at the moment, right?
If I saw the music, I could probably relearn it pretty
Nice, we got rid of this branch though. You guys see the way I've cut?
It wouldn't take me a long time.
I've cut this into a heart shape right here. See this?
Oh,
See, this is a heart.
way more people
You
done.
see that?
Older.
See it, guys?
Oh, this breaks it up by age bracket.
It's a heart. See that?
So 15 to 24.
Cussing Bingo
6,000,
Pastor. I
500
did.
Suicide, 35 to 45.
I have 75,000 subscribers. Thaddeus Matthews on YouTube.
800.
Holy shit, Thaddeus Matthews. You said cussing pastor. Now you said cussing pastor. Now you said Thaddeus Matthews. Which is it? Make up your mind, bro. You got multiple channels like I do?
Are you sure you're not dismissing wokeness as contributing too quickly because you don't care as much?
The heart's developing nicely. Thank you.
Meaning you don't relate as much.
We would have burned it off with hot grease, but to each their own, right?
It's hard to tease out like how much being manly.
It's so cool that we have a full-size screened-in porch area that you can't even see it from here.
People say that anymore because people have such wildly different
Got some neat stuff in me house. No, I'm Thaddeus Matthews, known as the cussing pastor.
People have such
Thaddeus
a
Matthews.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not even sure. I don't know.
You sound funny. We
Also
got a
connect with ourselves.
cup
So
and
when everyone's
handle
saying, like,
formed
why
on
does
the
everyone think,
Bitcoin
I need to,
24-hour.
achieve this, I need to make this money and things like that. Where did you learn that you should do all that? You learned all that from the outside. Instagram, right? So we get fed all of these ideas because if you look at all these influencers, what are they doing? They're never crying. They're
You guys, we
smiling.
can have a
Some of
bigger
them even
view.
pay very
I'm
attractive
gonna
women to take
move
pictures with them.
forward,
That's
so
right.
this is you get
This
more
is
of a view.
Super true.
It's gonna be pretty cool, I think.
Really toxic. And again, people do not talk about it enough.
I'm gonna move everything forward. I
It used
thought
to be
about
so.
it.
One
I
time
looked
ago,
at
actually
it.
a decade ago.
Maybe
Don't
move
compare
over
your-
a little
don't
bit to the
compare your
left,
behind-the-scenes
angle it,
to
but you're gonna
videos of
see
highlight
a
reels.
lot more. You're gonna be able to see outside more.
Instagram is not real life.
So
Even the
if a
friends you
bear,
have on
if a
Instagram
bear
is not
or
real
deer
life.
or whatever, we'll see more of them.
Yeah, nobody's life is as good as they show on social media. Yeah, God, that's so toxic, especially for teenage girls. Holy shit.
Crying and uploading it for ulterior motives, right?
Absolutely, and I think a lot of them are genuinely suffering too. But then it's also like, I mean, there's all kinds of weird stuff going on. So one thing is like people say that men we don't allow men to be emotional. Nowadays, but people say, oh, men are allowed to cry. This is something that I experienced even in my marriage, where we allow men to cry, but we don't allow men to be angry.
This isn't a
So why is it that
screened-in
men
area.
don't allow men to be angry? Just think
I
about
do
this.
have the
So
screens
anger
for
is
these
just
windows.
emotion, right? But if I'm
They're
in
not
a
on,
situation where I'm in an argument with my wife,
but
and I
it's
feel emotion
not
and I
really. It
express
wouldn't be a
emotion, and she feels emotion,
full-on
she expresses
screened-in
emotion.
area. It's
These
just
two things should be
a
equal, right?
Florida
These
room
two
with
things
big
to
windows,
express
screens
what we
on
feel.
that can
Now, in
be
the case of
opened
me
up,
expressing
and
anger, and
it
her
could be
expressing
enjoyed
sadness, she's crying and I'm
kind of like a
suddenly I'm
screened-in area,
It's
but it's all air conditioned.
I hate this so much. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. And it's 100% true. In some ways, because of my natural disposition, I can, if I wanted to be a piece of shit, I can get away with a lot more than I should be able to.
Nationally
I don't know if
known.
my conflict resolution. Actually, no, I think about it. I don't know if it's more.
I
feminine or
too am
masculine.
nationally known.
But,
I'm internationally
in
known,
my,
bro.
Depending on how I'm in the mood. But
I'm internationally known.
If I'm getting upset, the more upset I am, the more I just shut down and avoid. Like, just don't talk to me. Get the fuck away from me. Go to the room. I don't want to talk to you, right? So technically, I'm never like the instigator of like a crazy scenario. Whereas most of the people that I date for women tend to want to resolve problems right now and then become angry. They'll start screaming. They'll start shouting like blah 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 blah. So in some ways, it's easy for me. I've said this a lot in the past. That, like, I understand why people get mad or want to hurt me or hit me or whatever. It makes sense because of the differences in conflict resolution. Because when somebody's shutting down and you're getting emotional, them shutting down is the worst feeling in the world. So you want to keep amping up the anger until they respond to you. But then if you are a guy and you're shouting at a girl, or like if you're both in an argument and you're upset and the girl is crying and the guy is shouting, the guy is automatically the villain. That is such an unbelievably frustrating dynamic. Because anytime you're having a fight around friends or somebody else is witnessing and then the girl is like crying and then you're angry and you're shouting, she's automatically in the right. You lose. You completely have lost. Nothing is more disarming in a fight than a woman's tears. You no weapon and now you're, and not only have you lost the fight, you're actually the fucking bad guy. And the most frustrating thing there is that, and this was why so many of my
Yeah, the AC. I got a vent right above me right here.
But I constantly that's like, listen.
I also have speakers here that are wired
I
into the
cannot be in a
main
situation where I have to bring all of my emotions
system,
under control and then take care of all of your emotions while you're mad at me.
amplifiers out in the
I will
garage.
never be able to. I
Big
can't do
old
that. Maybe in
thing.
10 years, maybe when I become a wise old 60.
There used to be a jacuzzi right here. There's another vent right there too.
With everything I've got going on emotionally, because I already feel upset about whatever we're fighting about. We're shouting.
I just hear two sounds. That's funny.
The fact that the guy is expected to 100% take care of all of his emotions and bring it.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't even want to listen to that right now. I was looking to see if there were really that many people watching, guys. You know, I believe there's 9 people watching across Facebook and YouTube, but I asked you guys to say something, and, you know, only Cussing Bingo Pastor on YouTube is the only person to say anything. The only people to say anything on Rumble are just, you know, a handful of people, and I do appreciate you guys so much. But I will be back later for a later nighttime show, okay? And we'll have some fun later. I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the over an hour episode. And I will see you guys on the next one, okay? It'll be soon. And remember, I'm over on YouTube. On my channel, it's got 25,000 subscribers. Please make sure you're subscribed at Nay's Garden on YouTube. And please follow me on Twitter at Nay's Garden as well. I'm always putting up content as well. I just put up some things that we probably could talk about. If I was going to hang out right now and do more of a show, we could talk about those things right now, actually. But I'll see you guys later.